Y'all are just some beautiful people. You know that? 8,000 subscribers. Jesus. I mean, that's just, it feels a little unreal to me. It's like 8,000. Like, all y'all really mess with my content like that. I'm honestly so happy that you all would be willing to just listen to me ramble about cartoons for such a long time. Got over like 100 videos just talking about it, and I'm just so amazed that you guys are just into that. And for that, I'm doing this new Q&A for you. Now, I'll admit I messed up. I forgot I was supposed to do a Q&A for like 7,000, but like the number kept rising, and I was like, I didn't want it to be like back to back. Oh, here's another Q&A. So I kind of held off. But to rectify, it's like now I'm going to be answering about 20 questions from all of you across from the YouTube community post and from Twitter. So let's not waste any more time and get right to it. Rod's Variety asked, favorite Saturday morning block, Fox Kids, Kids WB, etc. I don't know. I mean, I watched those blocks in a sense. Like, I watched a few shows that were on there, but they definitely weren't like something I like put my heart and soul into. So it's hard to pick a favorite. Like, I did watch the Fox box a little, but well, actually I didn't watch a lot of the Fox box. I mainly watched Fox box for like Sonic X. I didn't get into One Piece until it came into Cartoon Network, more or less Toonami. So, maybe WB. I remember back in 2006, I got a little bit back into it, mainly because I knew there was a Beautiful Joe series that was on there, and I was like, oh my god, Beautiful Joe, it's a show now? Cool! Like, I really like Beautiful Joe. Wish we had more, but Capcom got a Capcom. Soden Suzuki, congrats on 8.50k sub. I don't got 8.50. I don't got 8.50. Yeah, it's about 8.05, or no, it's about 8,060k now. I think I just saw, but whatever. Here's 2 questions. I'll count this as just one big question because you'll see. 1, thoughts on 2010s, parentheses, I thought it was that bad, and 2, how much filler is in the Angry Beaver seasons? Okay, for the second question, I'll answer that because it's so easy. All of Angry Beavers is filler. Just about a lot of 90s shows back then were filler. None of them had a narrative. They were just there to tell one-off stories, and that's it. There was no overarching narrative about the characters where they develop and grow and all that. Maybe a new character pops in, but sometimes they just pop in and then they're out afterwards. That's just it. They were all filler. Just letting you know. The second one, 2010s, it was actually a pretty good decade. I can't pretend like it's bad. We had some bad, but that's part of the course of literally any decade. You're always gonna have a few bad ones, you know. Like with 2010s, yes, we had like Powerpuff Girls reboot. Oh, God. We had, you know, Pickle and Peanut, Annoying Orange, Problem Solvers. Like, we did have some bad stuff, but we had a lot of good stuff too. Like, we got Gravity Falls, we got Regular Show, Adventure Time, Steven Universe, Final Space, She-Ra and the Princesses of Power. But overall, I say 2010s was a pretty damn good decade. Like a lot of the shows that were coming out, it's like they were looking a lot better than a lot of shows we had back in the 90s. Even in the in the early 2000s, like, we got a lot of good stuff. Like, there was just a lot. Hell, you can see the shows, a lot of the shows I reviewed for General Thoughts, it's like, that's a lot of 2010 shows, and like, they were good. They were pretty good. We had a pretty good 2010, so I really don't want to knock 2010s like that. So, yeah. Angel Perez, what has been the most pleasant surprise you have come across as a cartoon reviewer? I think one of the biggest surprises to me probably would have to be maybe Final Space. I kind of want to say Final Space the most, because that was a show I had no expectations of. I didn't think it was going to be bad. I don't know, I just didn't have the mindset of this is going to be garbage or anything like that. I just had the mindset of, oh, this looks like it'd be a nice little show. And I watched it, and it just kept blowing me away as the first season went on, and then the second season happened. I was like, oh my god, this is so good. It's like, I really, really enjoy Final Space a lot. So I think if anything, that would probably be the biggest surprise I've had as a cartoon reviewer. Ballmasters 9009. What cartoon would you say isn't half bad and gets crapped on a lot without deserving it, and what in vice versa? A show I feel gets crapped on a little too much. I think in recent memory, the biggest thing I feel got crapped on unfairly was Rise of the Ninja Turtles. Like, it was really good, and I think a lot of it is sort of a problem of timing, because it came out literally a year after the original series officially was done. So I think it's just a matter of, if it waited a little bit longer, like once people were officially like, man, I need some Ninja Turtles, like some new Ninja Turtles stuff, I think people would have been more accepting of it. So that's where I'm like, a lot of people unfairly threw it out because they were just like, oh my god, it's so different from everything else, even though the Ninja Turtles always change. Like, no one interpretation is exactly the same. Everything changes with the Ninja Turtles. They're not meant to stay in a box. They're low-key, they're kind of the most adaptable franchise ever. Like, they're something that you can, like, each iteration has its sort of fans to it, except for like the Next Mutation, that live action series they did. I think a lot of people really hated that. But mostly I think a lot of people, but I think Rise, it's one of those things where it's like, it's really good, and I think more people, as time goes on, it's going to be looked at as one of those great animated iterations of Turtles, honestly. And in vice versa, something that I guess people really love but I absolutely hate, yeah, maybe Big Mouth would probably be that thing where I know a lot of people, like, more or less mainstream, like normies, really enjoy, but me, and as you see with a lot of other cartoon reviewers, I don't fuck with it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I can't bring myself to like it, no matter what you tell me to. I gave it a fair shot. With the first season, but as it went along and I kept seeing more clips that got more gross and uncomfortable, I'm like, I can't. So yeah, there's that. Shade X, good channel, subscribe to him. How do you manage to get interviews with creators in the industry? Congrats on managing to do that. Oh, that's a good question. A thing about it is, those interviews, like what he's referring to is my Sit Down and Think series that I have. You can go check those out. Like, those are where I get to sit down with the creators or the creatives of certain shows that I've reviewed and get to pick their brain about what it's like working on that show, working in the industry in general, like learning a little bit more about them, who they are, what's their big inspirations. It's more, you just gotta ask. That's always how it usually could turn out. When I asked for these interviews, I'm still not over 10k subs, mind you. I'm still considered like a sort of small channel, but these people, they're like, they will talk about their stuff. If you show the intrigue, like you want to know more about it, they'll talk. Like, if you saw the Glitch Text interview, it was really fun. I will admit that it was done on my birthday, but it was really fun. But that crew, they wanted to talk. I say, like, Glitch Text feels like a labor of love, and I mean it. And when I did that interview with them, with the crew, they very much made it clear. It's like, yes, it is a labor of love. They genuinely love the gaming culture, nerd culture, all that, and like and they just love to gab on and on about it. And like, that's the biggest thing. Is just you could just most of the time you just ask. The worst thing that they can say is no. That is ultimately the worst thing that a lot of people, that's something I feel a lot of people fear, is they fear if they ask, they're gonna get a harsh rejection or so. But most of the time, either they'll respond and say, maybe they'll respond and say, I'm not feeling that, maybe they won't respond at all, or they'll just, it's not gonna be harsh. They're not gonna bite your head off just because you simply ask. But be courteous. I do want to say that it's like, be courteous if you genuinely want to ask these people if they be willing to sit down for a podcast or anything. Just be courteous. Ask, hey, would you be down to talk about your show that you're working on and being in the industry, that type of stuff. Like, be kind. Just ask and just expect a small, simple no, if anything. Like, they just, like, maybe they're too busy or they just don't feel like doing that. So yeah, it's just a matter of you just gotta ask. Sometimes they even put their contact emails on like their Twitters and such, and you can probably just email them through that. Like, sometimes they are willing to just sit down and gab about the shows they're working on, because they genuinely like people being enthused about it and they want to give a lot of information about it, like doing the Glitch Text one and the Kipo interviews. Like, those were really fun because I got to get a lot out of them. I got to get a lot of information from them. They will talk. They love to talk about their shows. They love these shows. And I'm telling you, they will gab. They will very much gab. You can get a lot of insight from them. But yeah, that's ultimately it. It's like, just message them, and possibly, I would say, expect a no. Expect a no. It's possible. I haven't received a no, but you can expect it. It's not wrong to expect it, but don't be dejected by it. Don't feel like, oh, this is a bad person. Like, they're probably busy. That's probably it. That happen. It happens. But yeah, that's really all there is to it. From Black Geeky Girl, are you a Doug fan? Seriously, congratulations on your 8K subscribers. You deserved it, man. Serious question. Any favorite comic book / graphic novel artists? I have a few that like work in a sense of comics in a certain vein. Super D of Rosebud and Pen and Ink fame. Like, love his work. Like, it's like, I'm friends with him, of course. Like, he's a great friend of mine, and like I just love how wholesome his comics are. Like, in this very dark time, we could use some wholesomeness. Like, I just really like how he does those comics. There's also Jonathan Gray, who works on the IDW Sonic the Hedgehog comics. I really like his interpretation, I really like his sense of expression, because I always like seeing Sonic characters when they can like be super emotive, super expressive, like be sort of cartoony as well. So yeah. Also, Evan Stanley, she's another writer. She was on the Archie comics, if I'm right, and then she moved towards the IDWs, and like she does really well with the Sonic characters and how she interprets them. I really like it's it's mainly those, but yeah, those are mainly like a few of my favorites when it comes to it. Like, I just really like their work, definitely. This one's from Nako, or Nakarone, if I'm pronouncing that right. I'm probably butchering it, sorry. Are you proud of your output of content so far? Yeah. Yeah, I would definitely say I'm very proud of what I've been putting out, definitely. Like, the biggest thing that makes me proud of it is when I find out the people whose shows I critiqued, they end up actually listening to or watching those shows, and like, they actually either give an input and say, yo, this is actually kind of nice, I like this. I don't know, that's always how I know I'm clearly doing something right, if these people are like, listen to it and actually enjoy what I have to say about like the shows they work on. That's usually the biggest thing. But I do this not because I want the biggest subs or anything. I do it simply because it is my creative means to express how I feel about something. Like, because I don't have I have friends, but they don't engage with the stuff I watch. Like, a lot of them don't watch cartoons. They're more the anime fans and live action stuff. I watch anime and live action every now and then, but I'm more into cartoons than I am those other things. So that's why, for me, it's like, I have this to be able to talk and gab about it. Like, I always like also talking with other people if I can, but for the most part, it's like I do this just as a big means for expression for myself. So yeah, I very much am happy with the content I put out. From Trenchman, i.e. Austin Trench, who's a pretty cool guy. What made you interested in commentaries? In terms of commentary and like critiquing, it's just a matter of like I like looking at something and sort of breaking it down in my mind what makes it tick. Like that's the biggest thing. It's like I want to see how does this work. It's like I want to look at how they put this together, you know. That's my biggest thing. From Cash, also another awesome channel. Go subscribe. What are some jazz albums or artists you're interested in? I would say Soil and Pimp, or Soil and Pimp Sessions. That's what their main name. They are like they're this jazz band. Like if I'm right, they're Japanese, and I mainly heard of them from Hachin and Michiko, if I pronounce that right. And like, because they did the intro for that, and like that was where I got introduced to them, and like I decided, oh my god, this is such a good band. I got to listen to more of this. Oh my god! And like I started listening to a few more songs, and it's like they hit. They be hitting. Like they really be hitting. So like if you definitely love good jazz with a lot of bombasticness and just high energy, Soil and Pimp Sessions, look them up. They are really good. From D-Dub Man of Review Your Life. Why are you black?
Fuck Review Your Life.
From Rushan, favorite DreamWorks movie. Congrats on 8K subs. Thank you. Favorite DreamWorks. I probably want to put Shrek 2. Like, I don't know. I really enjoy Shrek 2 a lot. Like, that one felt like genuine DreamWorks. Like, they finally hit a good stride with themselves. But as we saw, it's like they vary a lot. But I don't know. I think it definitely probably would put Shrek 2 as my favorite. I really enjoy a lot of the jokes, a lot of how the characters interact with each other. Like, I just feel like that was just one of the best out of all the DreamWorks movies. Definitely. From Matthew Riley, congrats man, love your videos. Double questions, I'll count this as just one. Who are some YouTubers you can't stand, and are there any shows you look forward to watching? YouTubers I can't stand? Some black guy comes to mind. He's this dude, I don't even know if he's still doing stuff. I fucking hate his guts. He's just a coon. Just don't like him. But other YouTubers don't like Mr. Erner. Used to fuck with his content, but he shat the bed, and I'm just like, no thanks. That's just where I stand with him now. I'm like, I ain't for it. I ain't about it. I ain't about that bullshit. So yeah, shows I'm looking forward to. Currently nothing. Currently there's nothing I'm like, oh my god, I can't wait to get this. I don't know, there's not much I can say I'm super excited for right now, so yeah. From Golden Waffles, congrats on the subs, and my question is 1. Will you do a review on the new Phineas and Ferb movie? Yes, a review very much will be coming for the new Phineas and Ferb movie. I do plan on actually doing that. From Zelina, I apologize if I mispronounce that name. Parentheses BLM, yes they do. Congrats on 8K subs. I don't have anything to ask for now, but just want to say you're one of oh, that's nice. One of my favorite YouTubers in the cartoon community. Oh, that's nice. Thank you. That doesn't count as a question, so move forward. From Danny Martinez, what is one Netflix cartoon, whether currently airing or not, you feel doesn't get enough attention? Buddy Thunderstruck, actually. That was like, that's a really funny, such a funny series, and I feel that didn't get a lot. I don't think that gets a lot of attention. It's so hilarious, and sadly people just don't talk about it. It sucks. It really does. But yeah, I think I think I could say definitely like Buddy Thunderstruck. That's just one of the series I feel doesn't get enough attention to it. And another, since I'll count this as one question itself too. Have you caught up with the most recent episodes of Casa Grandes? Yes, I enjoy it. It's actually a pretty fun show. I enjoy it definitely a little bit more than Loud House. Like, I don't know, it's just something a bit more enjoyable to me. Like, the characters feel a little bit more like they come from a real place. They don't feel made up, you know. That's just sort of my thing with them. Ask Air asks thoughts on the Ben 10 franchise. The originals was pretty good. Like, I liked the first series all the way up to Omniverse. Like, I know a lot of people dipped or really did not feel Omniverse like that, but I thought it was still pretty good. Like, the writing was still there. It was definitely a little bit more sillier. I will admit that. Like, they just decided, screw, we're just gonna be a bit more silly. To me, I like the art style better because it distinguished itself from trying to be, you know, American anime. Like, Alien Force and Ultimate Alien to me just felt too much like this is just anime. You're trying to be anime. You're not anime. So that's why I like Omniverse a little bit more than those. But overall, I think that is really my favorite. Like, the original franchise in terms of the show was probably my favorite. I liked all the unique aliens that they would come up with. I think I got all I can. I think I got just about all I can out of Ben 10. I don't think there's more I need. That's just where I stand with on Ben 10 right now. It's there. Other people can enjoy it. It's just me. I'm checked out. I don't need any more Ben 10. That's just how I feel. From Mint Chipper. Hi, newer sub. What media of your youth do you think influenced / inspired you a lot? Just animation, because I also watch anime and I really enjoyed that as well, but it was mostly cartoons that influenced a lot of my humor and such, definitely. But yeah, it's definitely, but that's basically, it's just animation mostly. From Central Park Guy, will you do a thoughts on Fox animation domination as a whole, because there are going to be 3 new shows on the lineup? If you mean as like a video on the animation domination block as a whole, I don't normally do like network videos. Like, I don't really focus too much on a particular network like that. Like, I will mention a network in terms of where the show is from, but I'm not gonna but I don't dedicate a whole video to it. That's just not really my ballpark. From Selenise 7 Red Guilty. What are your opinions on Western magical girl shows like Lolly Rock, Winx Club, and Disney's Witch? And what is the top 10 best modern cartoons as of right now? Okay, tackle the first one. Never seen any of those shows. Was not my cup of tea. Sorry, just wasn't my thing. Top 10 best modern cartoons right now. I don't know. Top 10 best. That's a question. That is a question and a half. I don't know. Like, there's a bunch of them. Like, a lot of, for me, like, I wouldn't put in like a particular order right now. Like, I skipped doing a whole best of the decade thing. I just decided, but for, I guess in terms of in no particular order, for me, some of the best would be like Final Space, OKKO, Steven Universe, Steven Universe. I want to throw Adventure Time in there. Regular Show. Yeah, Adventure Time, Regular Show. Gravity Falls. If Over the Garden Wall, just remembered that. Over the Garden Wall. Want to put Pen Zero. It's really good. It's a really good show. Got screwed. So I want to put Pen Zero. Infinity Train, I think I want to put up there too, because that was actually really good as well. Dang, there was a lot. Best of the 2010s. I think I want to throw DuckTales. Yeah, I think I want to throw DuckTales in there, because it's like a reboot that really reimagines the characters the most. So yeah, those would be my top 10s on that front, definitely. From Nathaniel Foga, what is the weirdest collectible you own? Weirdest collectible. I'll show you real quick. This was like one of the collectibles I got with the Sonic Mania collectible, like the collector's edition. Like, I don't know, it says the little thing like, yeah. I guess you could probably count this as probably weird. Maybe. I mean, I cherish this the most. It's like this is just one of the things I really enjoy, like, having, because I really love Sonic Mania. It was really good, and I was so happy we finally got such a really good Sonic game in such a long time. So I think I probably would put this up there as one of my favorite, or probably one of the weirdest collectibles in a sense, I guess. I mean, it came with a bunch of other stuff. Like, it also came with like a mini ring, like, you know, like Sonic collects and all that stuff. But yeah, I think this is just about it. Just, like, this would probably count as my probably the weirdest collectible, I guess I could say I have, in a sense. But yeah, and that is it. Thank you again so much for getting this channel to 8,000 subs. I cannot say this enough. I appreciate all of you for enjoying my content, and it's just so amazing to me that you all just, I love you guys so much. Thank you again, and always be on the lookout for more content, because I don't plan on slowing down anytime soon. And always remember, it's just a thought.